Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to do my fourth mock draft. I think I done two last week. I done my first mock and second one. I done a third one this week. I'll do pre-record this here at night, then upload it at some point on Thursday. But yeah, I'm gonna do my fourth mock draft here, and I won't do another one for a little bit. Just wanted to get two mock drafts last week and two this week, and with the start of the NFL scouting combine around the corner, there's always risers and fallers coming out of Indianapolis. Then the start of free agency will further shake things up, so it's probably going to last your mock draft for a little bit. And there's a lot of excitement around the league about this year's class at edge rusher and receiver. One of the big questions on my mind is how will these evaluators, look at these, whether or not we'll see maybe two quarterbacks in round one. I still only have one in my mock, but I think it's fair to say the prospect with the most to gain leading up to this draft is Ty Simpson, the Alabama quarterback. See what he can do with the combine. See if he can raise his stock up. I have changed. I'm not doing the same mocks every time. I am changing things up. But obviously, number one pick's going to stay the same every one of these I do. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza, the Raiders quarterback. The Raiders have their coach now with Clint Kubiak, and then they get their quarterback. I just like the fit here, man. Like Mendoza's skill set and Clint Kubiak's scheme. I really think that's a really, really good quarterback coach duo right there. Raiders, the Jets. They had the pick of the draft's finest edge rushers. Bailey's combination of explosive production is the best of the bunch. I believe he had 11.5 sacks last year. And the Jets, obviously, they're not going to take quarterback here. There's nobody worth taking because Mendoza goes one. There's nobody else worth taking. They will take Dante Moore if he didn't go back to college, but he ended up going there. And hell, he could still end up going there next year because the Jets are going to be garbage once again. But they get a great pick here in David Bailey. Number 3, the Cardinals take Francis Mauigoa. I don't know how you say his last name, man. I can't pronounce that shit. But he plugs in at right tackle and upgrades an offensive line desperately to help to pair up there with Paris Johnson Jr. Number 4, the Titans take Ruben Bain. His playing style will complement Jeffrey Simmons on that defensive front. They're cut from the same cloth in how they play the game. The Titans can take offense here, but I don't know, man. I feel like they're going to take Ruben Bain here to try and help on that defensive front. They have a lot of needs, but I'll say Ruben Bain here because they can add offense throughout the draft. Number 5, the Giants, Carnell Tate. They had another weapon for Jackson Dart. He gives the offense another vertical receiver. Gives them a vertical receiver playing opposite. Hopefully, healthy Malik Neighbors coming off that torn ACL. And they could bring back Wan'Dale Robinson. It kind of just depends on free agency how it goes. The Browns, they take Spencer Fano, offensive tackle. They should be hoping to get one of the top offensive tackles available to them at number 6. That you get an offensive tackle start from day one. I actually think the Browns will go offensive line with both picks. I know it ain't the most flashiest picks because you still need help with receiver, but I think you can get that in the later rounds. Maybe second, third round because there could still be some good receivers out there. And the Browns need to help that offensive line because all of them are entering free agency, so just saying. Could they come back? Yes, but some of them might leave. Number 7, the Commanders, Arvo Reese, a linebacker slash edge rusher. He provides Washington explosiveness and versatility. He might be a tougher projection than some of the other pass rushers, given that he split time between edge rusher and off-ball linebacker. He does have the highest upside of the group, though. Saints, I'll say Mekhi Lemon once again. Like, some of these picks will probably be the same most of these mock drafts, but I will probably change stuff. But yeah, the Saints, it just injects a major boost to the receiving core with Chris Olave. You have Mekhi Lemon there. Like I said, I've kind of compared him to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And Kellen Moore, I think, can utilize his skills, and that gives Tyler Show another weapon. Number 9, the Chiefs, easy. Jeremiah Love here. Patrick Mahomes finally gets an elite running back, because I think Jeremiah Love will. If defenses continue to play conservative shell defense against the Chiefs, Jeremiah Love can make him pay. I think in college he averaged 7 yards a carry. Bengals at 10, Caleb Downs, safety. They stay in state with this pick. Their defense definitely needs consistency and structure, and Caleb Downs provides both. And the Bengals' defense is garbage. So Caleb Downs would be a good way to try and fix some of it. Number 11, Mansour Delane to the Dolphins. This is a defense in need of retooling with Rasul Douglas, Jack Jones, and Kader Coho heading for free agency. They landed the best corner in the draft here, and Jeff Hafley's the new coach, so that's kind of an easy given pick here. Cowboys, Jamal McCoy. Look, they got to fix their pass rush and secondary, and I believe there's a drop-off at corner after Jamal McCoy. I think he tore his ACL last year, but 2024 he was really good. And there's kind of a drop-off after the position, so I think they address it here. But it's kind of tough to pass up Sonny Styles. Number 13, the Rams, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. The Rams had a good look at how Seahawks deployed Nick Emmanwori with great success in his rookie year. Deployed him. McNeil Warren offers them its own playmaking, range safety, boosting a pass defense that has struggled in recent years. But that's a pretty good trio of safeties. Carmen Kitchens, and Quentin Lake with Emmanuel McNeil Warren. The Ravens, Jordan Tyson. They're in search of a complement to Zay Flowers. I think Tyson would probably be the number one on that team if they draft him. But it gives the new coaching staff more firepower. The Bucks take Sonny Styles. I think he'll probably go higher than 15. But not all teams value off-ball linebackers the same way, so he can plug the hole if Levante David does not return. But even if Levante David doesn't return, I still think he'll go higher than here. The Jets, Olaiva Vega, I own out of Penn State. I know quarterback is a huge need for the Jets, but I don't see QB worthy of the pick here. I think they take best player available. I view him as probably the best offensive lineman in the draft, outside of Francis Mogan and Spencer Fano. He can fill the void with the injury-plagued Elijah Vera Tucker and John Simpson headed for free agency. Dude was a beast at Penn State last year. The Lions, T.J. Parker. He had an underwhelming 2025 season, but he bounced back in a big way at the Senior Bowl. He's probably going to climb draft boards again. The Vikings take Dylan Thieneman out of Oregon. He had a really impressive 2025, and even at Purdue, 2023 and 24. His range and playmaking skills were evident back then. I think he'll probably be a replacement for Harrison Smith. If McNeil Warren falls here, they'll probably pick him, but I think they're going to pick one of those two safeties. Panthers, Keldrick Falk. He has the versatility to rush from the inside and outside. Pairing him with Nick Scourton gives him some fresh legs up front. The Cowboys take Akeem Messidor. They nab an edge rusher of taking a corner after we take the corner. Tanks may have to get comfortable with his age because he'll be a 25-year-old rookie, but he's really... But I just don't... but he was a dominant edge during Miami's run in the college football playoff. Then again, if the Chiefs will take this pick and a trade for like a Trent McDuffie here in the final years of rookie year, the Cowboys could solve their some secondary issues. But I don't think the Chiefs will trade him, though. Akeem Messidor's really good. I don't care if he's a 25-year-old rookie. He's that damn good. Him and Reuben Bain were monsters on that edge. Steelers, Denzel Boston. It makes too much sense here. They would have two power forwards on the outside with the rookie playing opposite of DK Metcalf. He's a 6'4 receiver. Chargers, Kenyon Sadiq. He's the perfect weapon for an offensive mind like Mike McDaniel, with the tight end joining, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston, Trey Harris, Rondé Gadsden. What's the running back's name? Pandeo Face. No, they have Najee Harris. What the fuck is the running back's name? Hampton, I think. They had last year rookie. Like, they have a bunch of weapons for him. And that for Mike McDaniel. Blake Miller to the Eagles, offensive tackle. Even if Lane Johnson decides to pull off retirement, I believe the Eagles would not mind having his eventual replacement on the roster. The Browns, like I said, another offensive lineman, Monroe Freeling. This draft would be a huge success for the Browns if they land 2 starting offensive tackles, as they do in this scenario of Freeling, joining Spencer Fano. If DeJuan Jones stays healthy, I think Fano can maybe even play inside. I know the Browns fans probably want more flashy picks here, but with the offensive linemen, all five of them entering free agency, one of them's not returning, so I think you draft offensive line here. Chicago Bears, Peter Woods. Teams seem to be all over the map on how they rank this year's defensive tackles. He's probably the most explosive of the group and would probably bring some juice to that interior for Chicago. For the Bills, Malachi Fields. They had a player with a wide catch race to complement Khalil Shakir. He was excellent all week long at the Senior Bowl. For the 49ers, Lee Hunter, defensive tackle. He can hold the point against the run. He showed flashes of his upside as a pass rusher at the Senior Bowl as well. Recent Super Bowl winners have featured waves of defensive linemen they can route. And Hunter joins draft picks, Alfred Collins and C.J. West, forming a talented young trio on the interior. Texans, I think it's easy pick. Caleb Lumu, offensive tackle. It just gives you a really good offensive lineman. The Utah offensive linemen were really good last year. And the Texans, they desperately need offensive line help because the offensive line was brutal last year. C.J. Stroud wasn't really good, but the offensive line was absolutely trash. And they get a great picker with Lumu. The Rams take Colton Hood. The Rams doubled down the secondary, threatening into their defensive depth with the free agency. I think they can. Emmanuel McNeil Warren and Colton Hood can both take the ball away. I think this is what the Rams need to do. Honestly, their secondary wasn't great last year, so I think that's what they do in the draft. Double up. The Broncos take C.J. Allen. They found a replacement for Alex Singleton, who was ticketed for free agency. C.J. Allen, he's a really reliable player, can handle the nerve center of that talented defense. The Patriots, Zion Young, he feels like an excellent fit for Mike Vrabel's defense. He's a big, rugged edge rusher. Another player a strong Senior Bowl week. And the Seahawks, KC Concepcion, receiver. They find insurance for Rashid Shaheed, who could depart free agency. Well, he might not, but if he does, Concepcion brings a ton of speed on offense. He's a dynamic returner as well. So, yeah, that's my fourth mock draft here. Probably be the last one I do for a little bit. I just figured I would get another one in this week. So I probably won't do another one for a little bit. Probably until maybe after free agency. To kind of get a more clear look at where I think some of these players will go. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.